What's up, guys? Lord Beardo here from Loot Nation, bringing you another brand new Clash of Clans video all about this Town Hall 9. You'll see right here, guys, I went ahead and did both of my camps. Now, if you are tuning into this video and you don't know anything about Lord Beardo and you don't know anything about what's going on, this is our baby account. We have an account that's I wouldn't say almost a fully maxed out Town Hall 11. We got some defenses left to do. But we are going through Town Hall 9 yet again, the second time in this game. And let me tell you guys, if you are in Town Hall 9 for the very first time, consider your guys absolutely lucky. There was no quake spells, there was no fast train time, there was nothing of the sort when I was at Town Hall 9. It took forever to get to max Town Hall 9. Now you guys get it so easily, and I just want to break this down to you. We are Dark Elixir farming only. Now you'll see a lot of losses here, but if you slow the video down or pause it, you will notice that we have a bunch of losses, but we are only using a couple troops to stack up hundreds, sometimes 800 Dark Elixir with just using a very small portion of your army. And this is the perfect way to stack up Dark Elixir really quickly. Now, you don't want to worry about your trophies when going for Dark Elixir. When you see those little pumps on the outside, you could put a queen there, you could put a couple troops, you could put a couple goblins and a giant and stack up so much Dark Elixir. Now you'll see my farm comp right there. You're only doing 269 in the Dark Elixir category, and then we're actually going to go ahead and switch out that jump spell and switch out that poison spell and use all quake spells. Now that'll yield to about 500 or 600 Dark Elixir, which isn't too much when you're planning on hitting 2,000 or more Dark Elixir. Now, I wanted to highlight this base in particular. When you look at this base, you see that it's a Town Hall 9, but it isn't a Town Hall 9. It's actually an 8.5. Now, this is something that I never dealt with as a Town Hall 9, so it is fun to raid against these 8.5s. They don't have their expos up, which means you can come in here and destroy these bases with upgrading your giants. Now, we are still using the level 5 giants here, but we are going to go ahead and get our level 6 giants into that lab as fast as possible. Now, I wanted to particularly highlight this base because of the Dark Elixir storage. Now, this guy had really gone out of his way to make it hard to get to the Dark Elixir, but with the quake spells over the jump spell, you are able to absolutely destroy those walls, make it very easy for your goblins to come in and snatch up that dark very, very, very quickly. Now, the quake spells, I want to say, is the easier of the army to use. If you use the jump poison spell, it's a little trickier, and I'll do a video just highlighting the jump poison to get to just a whole video just basically for that, to kind of give you guys some tips and tricks on how to use your wall breakers better, because you don't need to use a lot of wall breakers when you have the quake spell. You're quaking open a portion of the base and going in very, very easily. The giants can be very mobile inside the base, so it's very friendly if you're not the best attacker. If you tend to have your wall breakers go to the wrong walls or not work out for you, then you don't want to use the jump spell. But what you're always going to want to make sure you do is draw out the clan castle and fight the clan castle before you raid. If you do not do that, your giants will become absolutely destroyed. I guarantee it. Now, this is the perfect example of what to do on the collector and storage raids. Now, you'll see here a couple giants, a couple goblins, and some archers, and we're going to be able to take down the elixir storage the elixir drill on the outside in the end after we got those collectors. We will continue to move around the whole outside of the base, taking all those collectors down, and then goblin knifing or giant rumbling our way into the middle of the base, taking all as that lovely elixir and dark elixir. The goal always is the dark elixir, and I keep saying this because you want to do your heroes. You have got to get your heroes done before your buildings. I promise you, if you stick to this method, you will have a funner time playing this game. Your heroes will go really high, your base won't progress, you'll smash in war, and you will roll through these 8.5 and low 9 bases with ease, and you will have all the offensive troops to do it, and you won't be concerned about your base getting destroyed so often because your attacks will be so nice that you will make more elixir. You do not want to progress your base and get stuck in a higher league because your base is defensively better and it keeps pushing you up higher and higher and higher, and you're not able to make the loot. So be patient. Clash of Clans is a game of patience or it's a game of gems. You either have to be one of those two players. You're either going to spend a ton of money or you're going to learn all the little tricks and odds and ends and be able to come in here and smash out their bases. Now this one, I told you, we are using the jump poison on some of these raids here. We will do a full video on the jump poison, but you see a little bit of a difference here with the farming structure. You got to use your wall breakers properly. You got to be a little bit slower with your deployment. And I tend to find that the Giants just go in locations that I'm not too happy about. Now, we did leave 236,000 elixir on the board, but we were able to grab 510,000 of his elixir. So it was a great raid nonetheless. And that is the key to get into the big raids. Save your army for the big raids. And then when you find a little tiny goofy base like this, you'll watch. We're going to put down 4 giants, 1 wizard, a couple wall breakers, a few barbarians, and then we're going to go ahead and use our goblins to snatch up that dark elixir really fast. 1 wizard helps out those goblins. They're going to go ahead and take out a little bit of change. But look at how quickly we are in and out of that raid for 896 dark. If you do that 5 times in a row, you will be soaring through your upgrades, your dark elixir upgrades. Now, one thing that you have to understand when you do this kind of raiding, this quick in and out, just snatching up your dark elixir, that your army composition will tend to get a little screwy. Now, typically you can just donate your troops away and get yourself into a better position, but here we're going to go ahead and just fix our composition just a little bit, because you always want to make sure that you have 10 giants or more. I wouldn't go higher than 12 or 13 because you can always get your max giants or high level giants in your clan castle. I would just stick to making sure that you don't let your giant count get down to 4 or 6, because if you go into a raid and you don't realize that you don't have enough giants, you won't be able to get the elixir as efficiently or as easily as you would have thought you could. So we're gonna get more live attacks in there, but my iPad was acting funny with the air server, so we're gonna go ahead and throw up a little replay here on one of these bases that were so fun. Again, this is an 8.5. He's keeping his war weight low. His archer towers are low. His wizard towers are low. He tried to get fancy and put 4 air defenses up, and that's how you know that he's an 8.5, obviously. And also the fact that he doesn't have his expos, and that will always be the telltale sign of, is this guy really a 9 or is he not a 9? If he doesn't have expos and his defenses are low, guess what? This army type will absolutely smash. Now, this is the perfect example as to how far you could stretch out that quake spell. We opened up the entire inside of that base with 4 quake spells, and if you guys don't know, the quake spells do not need to be upgraded. You could use 4 level 1 quake spells and take down any wall in the game all the way to the max wall. You just have to use 4 of them. You cannot use 1 that is a level 4. You have to use 4 of them that are a level 1 or higher, and that will be the best method for opening up these bases and getting your giants to scamper around on the inside. Now, another thing I want to highlight in this, and you can see that little wall breaker fail right there. All my giants scoop out to the top side, which isn't a problem because once that happened, I sent my heroes into the middle, and I knew that I was going to let my clan castle full of giants in the bottom. And I'm going to slow the video down and kind of show you how to farm, how to raid, how to go ahead and crush these bases. Now I'm moving as one big wall from the right side to the left hand side. Each center, top, and bottom all have tanking troops, and then they have cleanup troops behind them, which are archers and wizards, and then you bring in your goblins here and there on the top, on the middle, on the bottom, so that they can help progress your tanking troops and your cleanup troops by taking away all the collectors and storages, if that makes any sense to you. You are going to be breaking up your army into multiple groups. Now, I didn't use any spells in the middle here because we don't have any buildings that could reach across that town hall and take out those wizards. So we wanted to heal up our big group of giants on the bottom for a second and then keep all of those wizards alive. Now, the wizards themselves, if you use a lot of wizards, you have to use heal spells. Don't use rage spells. They are very strong, and you can actually keep them alive longer by using the heal spells. If you use rage, they will blow buildings up, move quickly, fall over big bombs, or get hit by pieces of defenses that are attacking them from far away because they move quicker than the giants. So, in this composition, you want to use 2 heal spells and only 1 rage. You do not want to use a lot of rages when you are farming. I now have said that 3 times. I'm hoping it sticks inside your noodle a little bit there. And then the last thing is waiting for that archer tower who is hitting our king to not pop the king ability. If you know that the giants are going to take that building down, look at how far we allowed the energy of that king to go down. And I want you guys to pay attention to this stuff while you're loot raiding, because I'm going to teach you how to be freaks in war. Not just good, but freaks in war. As we progress this Town Hall 9 base, I will be fighting through the Town Hall 9 war strategies with you guys, which will be able to help you guys out a lot better, and I'm very excited to do that, being that when I was at Town Hall 9 the first time, there was no possible way of 3-starring in war. I hope this video, guys, has reached you in good timing, because it is time to get your heroes upgraded. And if you can't do it with the current strategy that you're using, check out this army I'm using. You could use it both with jump or quake spells, and and it will absolutely destroy the bases. You can crush rushed bases, you can get collectors, and you can also knife in and steal Dark Elixir from bases that are further progressed than you, but that will be a video for another time. Little Beardos, peace!
Belly.